Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for June 2nd. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair had a very large range today, did close down, did break the previous session's low. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways, potentially going as high as 81.72, possibly as low as 80.15. Look for some resistance around 81.50 and look for some support around 80.50. Now looking at the Euro-USD pair, this pair surged to the upside. We are looking for it to continue moving higher. Look for it to potentially go as high as 146.66, possibly as low as 142.36 on a reversal. Look for some resistance around 145.86 and look for some support around 143.03. Now looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair moved lower, did break the previous low, but closed up. We are looking for this pair to continue overall moving sideways, potentially going as high as 164.88, possibly moving down to 162.39. Look for some resistance around 164.22 and look for some support around 162.50. Now the US Swiss, this pair created an inside bar, did close up, very tight range. I'm still looking for it to push lower. However, if it does move higher, look for some resistance around 0.8550. If it moves lower, look for some support around 0.8375. Now as far as news announcements go, we have the US releasing their change in non-farm payroll at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for May. Consensus on that is that it has moved lower from 244K to 175K. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, if you go to the pound US dollar pair on the 4-hour time frame, let me zoom out just a little bit. You can see that we have a 3 bars here that had 3 4-hour time frames that did create a swing trade setup. It has not been broken. It's almost parallel down here to the downside. I could see this breaking to the downside if we get a break below that. Definitely moving down at least to this area, potentially down to about here. And then our next area would be right around this area. Around the 161.54 mark. So looking for a break. Basically, if it drops at 163.05, that's too close to a 0-0 level. So I'm going to bring that down to 162.98 and look for it to drop about 36 pips. If it does, I'll take off half and go to break even on the rest. Look for it to drop another 90 pips. Down to 62.08 and then potentially going on down, making its way down to 161 or 161.54. That'd be a 145 pip move, putting my stop loss right here above the high, about 75 pips up, about 80 pips up. Now, I'm also looking in the US Swiss. We have a little bit of a diamond formation that has occurred over the past couple of sessions. It's not perfect, but none of these patterns ever are. Looking for this to break to the downside. Basically looking for a break of this low and looking for it to come on down. I do believe we'll see it break out to the downside again. Not sure if it'll happen during this next session or not, but nonetheless, looking for that to occur. If you wanted a quick profit, you could just look to exit at the low for about 17 pips. However, I believe it's going to run 50 to 75 pips. The reason I say that is if you look at the last run that happened once we broke out of the sideways action here to where we went back into it, it's about a 300 pip move. Even if you take this, we're at 200. So I do believe it is heading to the downside. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.